Cool.
Right, so I'm back. I had to. Hold on, I'll do it again. So I'm back by popular demand. The response has been overwhelming. Obviously, I'm an internet sensation. It's only a matter of time before that was the case. So today I'm going to be doing my world-class vegan lasagna. I'm going to blast through it a bit because my last video was too long, so I had to get verified by YouTube so I could put on a video that's 45 minutes long. Well, it's not an issue. I think most people want to watch me for 45 minutes. What do you think, though?
Yeah.
Convincing. So, sharp knife again. Always the same. Always the same. So today, we're going to turn this into. What's that? So we've got mushrooms, leek, chili pepper, onion, tomato, and it's going to be a wonderful vegan lasagna. Jackfruit. I'm going to show you how to use that. Also, wonderful, lovely red lentils. Like one of the most versatile pulses you can ever dream of using in cooking. And a lovely wide assortment of herbs and spices. Yeah, alright, that's it. Good. So, let's crack on. So, we're going to be using this is dairy-free pure sunflower. Different one, babe.
So I try it.
Yeah?
It's got added vitamins.
Oh my god, added vitamin. To be fair, as a vegan, you need to make sure you get enough vitamins and added vitamins and B12, B12. To begin with, we're going to be starting with the ragu sauce. I love Italian cooking. And that was one of the biggest things that I thought, well, if I'm going to be vegan, can I really make Italian food? Yes, obviously. So I've had to kind of teach myself again how to make all the Italian classics. Vegan. So, did I mention I was vegan? Banging on, he's fucking vegan. Yes, we know you're vegan. Right, so that's cooking there. So this is for the ragu, that's going to be for the bechamel sauce. And I'll show you, like that store-bought shit you get, the white sauce, is so easy to make. As long as you've got flour and milk, obviously palm milk, you can make bechamel sauce. So easy. So the first thing I'm going to do is fry off the onion. Don't be shy. Show them the magic. So this is how you dice an onion, like that. You cut it horizontally, then vertically, and then dice it like that. Easy. So that's going to go in. I'm not going to do loads. We're going to use the leek as well. Nice little trick if you're feeling confident. Alright, yes. Show them that filthy floor. So yeah, the onion's in there. There's a few on the floor there, but that's why I've got a cleaner.
Who's that?
Don't know her name. So you can take the head off there. You could probably reuse that for like wilting it, steam it. Be quite nice. Or put it in soup. She puts it in soup. You do whatever you like. So we're just going to slice through that. Do a few of them. I'm going to be a bit messier this time because I want to get through this because
we've got guests.
Well, yeah, and the video I did before took me freaking ages to edit. I know that's hard to believe. The production value wasn't very high, but I don't want to spend all day editing videos, believe it or not. So I'm going to throw in the leek. so messy. Right.
What are you doing?
Don't know what you're doing.
I know the cleaner's name, it's Shaun.
Never heard of him. Sounds like a nice guy though. So, that's just going to be sweating. We call it sweating. You see that nicely? Oh, look at that. So that's just going to sweat. So the next thing we can do now, that can go in the fridge, but I'll do that later. And that. Then we're going to put in the tomato. So I'm just going to use half a tomato at the moment.
Stepping all over the leeks on the floor.
Who's leek? So that may go in. Might do the other half actually, because we're doing a big lasagna today. Now another amazing ingredient, some of you might not use regularly, is red wine vinegar. This stuff just gives such a hearty taste. Put it in early so it's not too sharp, because it's vinegar at the end of the day. So throw some of that in, like that, and that'll just make it magnificent. Salt, always the same. Bit of salt, bit of pepper. Actually, loads of pepper. And that's just going to do its thing for a while. While I'm waiting, I'm going to cut up the mushrooms, because mushrooms will be going in any second. I hate cooking messy. Because it's just, it's not my style, but I do need to go a bit quick today. So just give that a turn. There we go. The other thing I noticed with other YouTube videos around vegan cooking and vegan stuff, they'll talk about how to cook it and making use of ingredients, and they didn't say why. Why should you be vegan? Why should you be cooking vegan food? What's all the fuss about? And that's the thing that annoys me the most. If you're gonna go to all this kind of trouble of basically re-educating yourself on how to cook with proper ingredients, then it should be a reason. There should be a question. Well, why? Well, why should I bother doing that? So go on then, Ree. Why? Why the fuck am I doing all
You're
that?
on the video. You tell me.
Yeah, well, who's behind the camera? Who's behind the camera? That's important. Well, it's just for sustainability. You know, it costs so much less in water and carbon dioxide and energy and close up of that. You know, to grow plants compared to growing animals or rearing animals to then kill them and eat them. And then obviously the ethical side. You know, these animals live in horrific conditions. All you have to do is search on YouTube or Netflix. There's a few good documentaries on Netflix that really highlight the shocking, disgusting conditions these poor animals live in. And I'm not an animal lover. I don't have loads of dogs or cats, and I'm not we're going to get loads of animals. So I don't believe in that either. You know, why should you enslave a dog, put it on a leash, you know, bark it around, oh come here Benji. You know, it's it's an animal, it shouldn't you know, live in servitude. Anyway, that's a whole nother story. Cats a bit different, they're a bit more independent, do what the fuck they want. But yeah, so you know, that's a big reason. And then obviously all of the health benefits. You know, we bought a book recently, didn't we?
How Not to Die.
How Not to Die. I've not read it. Rhiannon's reading it. Phenomenal. You know, all about, you know, why, you know, the power, the healing power of plants. You know, there's so many diseases that have been proven if you just have a plant-based diet, your body will reverse diabetes, you know, some cancers. I mean, that's a bold statement to say that cancer can be reversed. I don't know if I'm convinced, but you know,
Heart disease.
heart disease. The list goes on. Obesity, obviously, you know, which is the root cause of a lot of diabetes, heart disease, so on and so forth. So yeah, you know, just eat plants. Like, it tastes amazing. Right. So back to the cooking. So we're going to use some oregano. Oh, wonderful, wonderful herb. You know, and you think about it, like with, you know, with a steak, if you're going to cook a dead cow, right, cut it up, cook a dead cow, obviously it comes pre-cut, you don't have to cut your own cow up, which I think is shocking. Like, if you're going to eat it, you should be prepared to kill it yourself. That's paprika, by the way. You can go mad with paprika, to be honest. Like,
you can't really put too much paprika,
especially in something like a ragu. Ragu is tomato sauce, basically. What was I saying? So yeah, you know, if you're gonna eat a steak, would you just put it in the frying pan and then eat it like that, or would you eat it raw? No, of course not. And like when you watch, you know, I used to be a massive fan of Marco Pierre White, the chef, and obviously Gordon Ramsay, and you know, and like Master Chef. Used to love Master Chef. And you know, they're all seasoning these steaks with like rosemary and stuff. These are plants that they're seasoning this dead flesh with. If it didn't have any seasoning, it would taste awful. You know, chewy and bland. And there you go. Proves my point. You've got to use plants to get the flavour out of a dead animal. Like, well, just use the plants. Would make sense, you know. So yeah. Anyway. So that's doing well. The next thing I'm going to do is throw in the chilies. So I cut up the chilli. They're going in there. A little bit of thyme. Can't go wrong with thyme. And this recipe is phenomenal. I basically, you know, adapted it from when I used to do traditional lasagna. And the key ingredient are these bad boys, like these red lentils. They give it such a good texture. It really makes you full. Yeah, and they just kind of melt in your mouth. And then I'm going to add a bit of jackfruit as well. So this is going to be the next thing. Pay attention. So, jackfruit. And we didn't discover jackfruit like until a couple of months ago, I suppose. Started selling it in Sainsbury's in these lovely, wonderful little cans. So it comes like that. Looks a bit like tuna, I suppose. Just drain the water out. And then you can pop it in here. Either break it apart like that. It's got a really nice, like, kind of pulled pork texture. Not that pulled pork is nice, but I've got to liken it to something that people will understand. It's just got its own texture. So you just fling it in. Don't worry, I'll wash my hands. Here we go. So just kind of integrate that, and that is going to give it such a nice taste. Oh, I love this stuff. It's all going in. It's all gone in. Look at that. What's your opinion on nearly said pulled pork then. On jackfruit?
Yeah, it's really yeah, it's a bit like tuna and pulled pork.
Yeah.
Just like it's got a nice texture, you know. It's like
texture.
Yeah.
Texture. It's got a nice texture. Yeah. So that's just
you
gonna.
can have it in like Mexican as well.
Yeah.
Like in fajitas.
Yeah. Yeah. Fajitas. Yeah. On pizza. As I said before, I'll do a video about my homemade pizza. I'm quite a big deal when it comes to cooking. Quite a big deal. I'm not laughing.
I'm just the battery's low, so you can
Oh, is
hurry
it?
up. Yeah.
Okay. I'll change the battery. So yeah, so that's in like that. That's doing well.
Looking good.
Yeah. So earlier I kept this disgusting looking water from breakfast, but I'm going to reuse that as stock into that, and that is when we're going to be cooking the lentils in that. It's going to be awesome. gonna get another battery. Right?
Yeah.
Good. So yeah, so that's doing well. I'm gonna throw the old stinking dirty water in it. But this, what do we use this for? Oh yeah, to wilt the spinach and stuff. So it's got all those nutrients in there. Alternatively, you could just use stock cubing water. Got loads of those, but why waste it? So that's going to go in there. I'm going to throw it all in there because the lentils soak up loads of water. They get probably twice as big as they are there. So that's going in there, and then I'm going to chuck all the lentils in there. And then give that a stir. Maybe a bit of onion powder as well. Garlic powder. Not onion powder. If you put onion powder in it, you have a bad day. So yeah, just a bit of garlic powder there. And it's just about thinking, right, okay, so how do I want it to taste? You know, what kind of flavours do I want? The great thing with Italian kind of cooking is all of the herbs are so fragrant and just earthy. Love it. Basil. Should put fresh basil in, really. Lazy. So that's doing its thing. I'm going to whack that up and put the lid on it as well. Put a lid on it. Where's the lid? There it is.
Organised kitchen.
Chaos. Right, now we're going to go for the bechamel sauce. So, pay attention, okay? Because I want you to stop buying the bechamel, the white sauce shit from supermarkets, because it is a it's a bloody travesty that they sell it in jars, because it is so easy. Who's that? Oh no. So, the bechamel sauce, keep banging on about it. For bechamel sauce, you need a shit ton of butter, and this is vegan butter. So a lot basically, because this is going to be your white sauce for the layering. So it does seem quite extreme how much you're putting in, but it's offset with all the milk. So I need to get some milk out. Soya, I think will do. And then a lot of people go, oh, well, what kind of milk do I use for certain things? It's like, the thing with plant milk is that some have like really intense flavours, like hazelnut milk, almond milk, what else? Oat milk's got quite a unique flavour. Soy milk is quite flavourless if you get the unsweetened variety. So I'd say, you know, if you're going to use it in lieu of, you know, what you'd use traditional cow's milk for, can't go wrong with soy milk. Give it a good shake as well, because it's all fortified. Fortified. So give it a good shake.
Why you should shake it.
And you get all the stuff that's at the bottom, like the B12 and everything. Gets it all the way through. So we just got to wait for that butter to melt. It looks like a lot of butter, doesn't it? And then we've got our bread flour. So if you're lucky enough to have a bit of bread flour hanging about, if you're like me and you're prepared, you'll get a 16 kilogram bag of flour. It's nearly finished, but I've got another bag under the stairs, so I shouldn't have said that. People will come around and thieve it, yeah. But I will show you how to make phenomenal pizza dough, and obviously a vegan pizza, vegan calzone. I'll do that another day because I can't do it all. Right. So that's going there. Now, once all the butter melts properly, that's when you introduce the flour. A little bit at a time. Keep the heat low. That's it. And then we're just going to pop a little bit of flour, and then you start stirring. The key to it is you do not stop stirring, otherwise it gets all lumpy. You take it off the heat. Don't be shy. And then a little bit more. So you want it like a little ball, like a little flour butter ball. Something a lot of people do as well is kind of start burning things while it's on the heat, and then muck about with the knobs. That's what she said. But just take it off the heat. Take it off the heat and let it. That's it. So it's going a bit grainy. Just gonna. That's it. I'll put it back on the heat now. Way, camera lady. Nearly got you then. So that's it. So that is nice. There we go. So that's what we call our roux in French speak. So then we're going to pop our milk in. And again, have to keep stirring it. So be gentle to begin with, otherwise it's going to splash you all over the face. And turn the heat up a little bit because you want that butter ball to melt. Oh my god, it looks amazing. So it's not taking that long, you know. Okay, it's cheaper to pour it out of a jar, but you know, you're wasting glass, you're wasting money buying a white sauce jar when it's like, it's that easy. It looks really lumpy at the moment. Looks like something I fetched up on a heavy night out, but it will get there, I promise you. And then we're going to season it at the end. Season it at the end. Right, I can see that the ragu is kicking off, so I'm just going to take that off the heat. It's all about multitasking. Now that's going to need more water, you see, because all the water's evaporated. So I'm just going to bung some more in there. There we go. A little bit more. I tend to prefer to use stock as opposed to tap water because sometimes it washes the flavour out, but I put in loads of flavour in that, so it should be fine. So I'll just let this do its thing, and I'll bring you back when it's all looking a bit more appetising. See you later. Right then, so bechamel sauce is nice and creamy. Look at that. Loving that. Now a little bit of this is Sainsbury's free from garlic and herb coconut based alternative to soft cheese, and it's really nice. Really nice. I could eat this from the spoon right now. Everything in my bones is stopping me, but this is going to go in the bechamel sauce. Give it a nice cheesy flavour. Guilt free. There we go. In it goes. I've put in there half a can of chopped tomatoes. So I did that off camera. So didn't want it to be a secret. But yeah, so that's in there. Just gonna stir that up. And I threw in the mushrooms as well. So they've just been kind of stewing in there for a little while. Just going to season the bechamel, so a bit of salt, a bit of pepper, and I was going to go with a bit more basil just on the sauce. Just give that a whisk. How's that looking, babe? All right?
Yeah, really nice.
Yeah, like that. So the next thing to do now. This is your best friend in cooking. Why? Because you get to taste stuff. Got to taste as you cook, especially with something like a sauce, because you can overdo it with the salt and the pepper and all the herbs. And if you're layering your seasoning, it's really easy to go wrong. Now I preheated the oven, and I've got my pan there. It's hotter than hell. So I'm going to start layering the lasagna. So I've got my whole wheat lasagna sheets. These are made from Durham wheat, not egg. And we're going to be using those for our pasta. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. That's going to go there. So we're going to start off with our ragu at the bottom. So take a nice bit of that. That's baking hot, so I need to remember to use.
Not bad, is
Yeah, not like put my whole palm on it. Palm oil. So.
Well, that's the other topic.
So that's that. So that's your first layer. Then we're going to lay our sheets, lasagna sheets, in there. Don't have to be precious about it, just chuck it in. And then your beautiful ragu. This isn't ragu, this is bechamel. Get your facts straight, pal. So there goes your bechamel sauce. I'm going to try and fill this. Who the fuck's Phil? And and layer it up nicely. So yeah, it doesn't look too appetizing, right? Well, it does. It looks awesome.
Yeah,
what am I saying? But I always like the end product, you know. This stuff I'm kind of like, right, just chuck it in. I know what it's going to look like. It's going to look awesome. But at this stage, it's a bit like, there we go. So next layer, the old white sauce. You're right there, love.
Yeah.
Yeah, struggling with that.
Yeah.
Good bicep workout, isn't it?
It is. Triceps.
Holding all the camera equipment. Oh my god. Yeah, not as organised as the last time, but you know what? If you know what you're doing, you can be a bit slapdash. Slapdash. There we go. See all that lovely lentils. Oh, lovely lentils. In for a treat. Another lasagna sheet goes in there. Another layer of bechamel sauce. Now, it's written in the Ten Commandments, the order of lasagna, and we've talked about this before, haven't we, babe? Mm-hmm. So you've got to have ragu, lasagna sheets, then bechamel sauce. If you get it wrong, you're gonna have a bad day, because well, it's not lasagna, is it? Now, ragu, in it goes. Probably got enough for one more layer. So this is looking perfect in terms of ingredients, if I do say so myself. It's great being your own critic. And then a bit more. Oh, I think I'm gonna run out of bechamel sauce, you know. Spoke too soon, see? That's it, no one will notice. And this is the point, you know, this is real food. This isn't like, you know, perfectly Instagram style food photography where it looks just like ridiculous. You can't relate to it when food looks like that. You know, when someone does like, you know, a cupcake or, you know, some food that you love and it just looks phenomenal and it's like, well, mine never turns out like that. You know what, it doesn't matter. If the flavour's there, it can look like anything. Yeah, and that's what I'm all about, is flavour, you know? I'm not here to win Michelin stars. I mean, if they're giving them out, you know, point them in my direction. But actually, I just want to eat good grub that's ethical, hearty and full of flavour. And that's what I aim to do. So this is the last bit.
It's the biggest lasagna I've ever seen.
Yeah. So sometimes you go to. That's another thing. Don't cook while you're hungry. Like, it's the same when you. It doesn't make sense, but it's the same when you go to a supermarket. If you go shopping while you're hungry, you're going to be buying loads of shit you don't need. It's the same with when you're cooking. If you cook when you're starving hungry, you're going to make massive portions. Well, why am I moaning about that? Like, that's fine. Right. So, pop it back over. So, as I say, this doesn't. I think it looks alright. It will look awesome when it comes out. I promise you that. So we're just gonna pepper the top. Bit of salt. You know, and this isn't meant to win awards. It's just meant to, yeah, blow your mind. That's all. Blow your mind. That light is so bright. It's like I'm being papped. Right. So that is going to go in there. That's going to go in there, and then this is going to go in the oven. Oh my god, it's the heaviest thing ever. See, that's why.
What the oven at?
Oh, high, hot. Just really hot. I don't know, like gas marks or Celsius, like whatever, just have it hot. It's either on or off, isn't it? And now is your opportunity to tidy up your kitchen, make it nice and neat, so that when you dish up, you haven't got to stress about having a kitchen that's a shithole. If you're like me, you've got a cleaner that doesn't.
Yeah, Shaun.
No, yeah, I do it all. Who is this Shaun you keep banging on about? Right, and there we go, and I'll show you what happens when it comes out. Right, so we've taken it out of the oven. Check that out. Yeah, looking good. What do you think? Oh, look at that. So I'm going to give it a bit of time to cool down because that's going to be hotter than the sun. And then yeah, bit of garnish, bit of wild rocket. Unfortunately it's out of a plastic bag, but we're working on it. We've got some rocket out the front, I think. Some cherry tomatoes. I don't know why I'm telling you all this. So whatever, mate. But again, we're growing our own, so soon we won't have the need for all of this. And yeah, we'll get it on the plate, and that's it. That is pure vegan lasagna, and we'll see how it tastes. Let you know tomorrow when we're on the for our morning shit. And then.
Yes, amazing.
Verdict.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you have to say that, don't you? So one day I'll get someone who's honest with me.